Governor, and it was also meant for the AG's candidates also. So I want to. It's the question about immigrant driver's licenses.
Sure.
And so let me repeat it. Historically, domestic violence organizations such as Enlace and the Domestic Violence Coalition have supported issuing driver's licenses to undocumented immigrants because immigrant victims are more likely to report the crime if they have a positive form of documentation and if they can drive to flee the situation. Could you please comment on your position regarding this issue? We'll start.
Okay. Great question. I don't know who asked it. Great question. I'm opposed to issuing driver's license to illegal immigrants. I think it's wrong. Okay? And let me explain a little bit about it. I think it creates a lottery grounds, a breeding grounds for crime. I think it attracts illegal immigrants to New Mexico to obtain a driver's license. We're only one of 3 states in the United States that does this. Whether it's individuals that are advertising in papers in Chicago for immigrants, illegal immigrants from Poland to come to New Mexico and pay $1,000 to obtain a driver's license. No, we have individuals that have actually been murdered in New Mexico, victims, legal citizens that have been murdered in New Mexico by illegal immigrants with driver's licenses. I think it's wrong. I think that we have to stop that. And in 2003, when that law passed, Gary King was obviously not in office. But over the last 4 years, he's done nothing to encourage legislators to strike that. And it's not as simple as this, but quite possibly the fix of it is to remove 3 words from the law that passed in 2003 that says regardless of immigration status. I think it'll protect New Mexico, and as an Attorney General, I will stand up and work with individuals to repeal that law because I think it makes New Mexico safer. My opponent is on record of saying, and I'm interested to see this, but he's on record of saying it makes New Mexico highways safer that people have passed the competency driver's test. I disagree, and that's maybe just one of the different contrasts between us. Thank you.
Well, he's right on that one. We do disagree. I think that I have certainly said that one of the arguments for driver's licenses for anybody, including immigrants, is that we have an obligation in New Mexico to make sure that people that are driving on the roads have a basic set of competency so that they're not causing automobile accidents. And I think that having a driver's license is the key. That's what states do to make sure that people have that competency. So if he thinks that it doesn't make any difference for traffic safety that we have people out there driving without going through the driver's license exam, I'm really concerned about that. We're in an interesting position on this question because I haven't really said whether I personally am for or against it because I am the state's chief law enforcement officer and he accurately quoted the law that's on the books right now which says that we will do that. And so it actually would be more or less inappropriate of me to say that I was opposed to a law that's on the books because I'm the guy that enforces the laws that are on the books. And so I could have my ideas or my comments about whether I think it's good or bad, and that's what I've done. I've commented that one of the downsides of issuing driver's licenses to anybody, whether they can prove their status or not, is for instance, it may cause us problems when we drive to Arizona where they're going to use driver's license as proof of citizenship. And so I think that we do need to look at our laws in New Mexico and change them so that we make it very clear if we're issuing driver's licenses whether that person has passed a proof of citizenship or not to get that driver's license. And I think that we probably should do that. That's a fix that we can do for the law. But as long as the law's on the books, I don't feel like I have some ability as the attorney to decide which laws I'm going to enforce and which laws I'm not. And I don't know if Matt thinks that that's true or not. But if you're the attorney general, you enforce the laws that are on the books. And so that's what I'm doing right now with regard to this. And I think that there are some arguments for why the legislature in New Mexico passed this law.